Spring has finally sprung, and it's time to plan the month of April in my Plum Paper planners. So let's get started. Hi friends, my name is Amanda Lynn with Lost Without a Plan, and today we're planning in my 7x9 Plum Paper vertical priorities and my A5 daily. We will also be using these stickers from HanCanPlan. I have journaling page 1, the weekly overview, the daily main headers, and some holidays and headers from this past year's advent calendar. These are so pretty. I can't wait for the results. But first, I wanted to show you this quarter's planners. As a disc-bound system, I love that I can put just 3 months at a time on my discs. These are the metal discs from Plum Paper in gold and silver. My 7x9 cover is called Amethyst Agate, and I have the neutral layout in both. My calendar setup has Monday starts with no lines, but I switched it up in my A5 daily by choosing a Monday start with lines. I also chose to show the dates that pertain to me, from custom birthdays to religious holidays. These custom layouts allow you to opt into the calendars that mean the most to you, or you can opt out completely and have a blank slate. Plum Paper has amazing planners like these, in coil and disc bound, with tons of functional layouts, cute stickers, and planner folios. It is truly one of my favorite places on the internet. If you want to dive into the custom planner zone, I have a discount code for you. Just use code LOST10 at checkout to save an additional 10% on any purchase. Last week, I showed you my Q2 plans using a few printables from my site, which we'll refer to today. That includes my quarter at a glance and my monthly overview pages. You can choose your size using this handy graph that I provide, or just print and cut the 7x9 options. These pages help me stay on track while planning out my months. I will have all of these items linked below, just in case you want to check them out. Right now, it's time to pop out these pages so we can add some pizzazz. We're going to start with my 7x9 monthly. I love adding a bit of color to my pages, and these gorgeous stickers bring a punch of style to an otherwise simplified view. I adore the little bookshelves, and the color palette brings spring vibes to a whole new level. Since I jump in here every week, I adore filling it with bright colors that make me smile. The sheets I chose include 2 versions of weekdays. I like to use the full 1.5-inch boxes on this 7x9 planner, and I save the skinnier ones for the A5. You'll see it's a bit tricky to get them placed just right. Next time, I'll try putting the washi strips all the way to the top edge. But for now, we're going with this. On to the wacky holidays. These are one of my favorite parts of Hannah's Advent calendar. With foodie days like PB&J or Grilled Cheese Day, and fun ones like Earth Day and Siblings Day, these wacky holidays inspire new ways to spice up your plans. Uh-oh, it's looking a bit busy. I'm going to continue decorating and come back for the plans. I don't want to hyper-focus on the to-dos and forget about the deco. For my highlights page, I'm adding a few quotes from the HanCanPlan Rainbow Quotes book. This book has come in handy. I'm going to go with You Can Do Hard Things, since we're in the midst of relocating and our task list is overflowing. This will be a good reminder on those hard days to keep moving forward. The 7x9 monthly is where I house all the big things, so I don't miss anything as the weeks go by. The 3 focus highlight sections I use are reading, to-do list, and important. And I'll probably transfer my moving must-dos onto the line page so that it's at the ready. Next up, the A5 monthly. Here's where we place those super cute mini days of the week. I love how the swooshy lines break up the straight ones in the layout and add a touch of flair. These banners are a bit large for the A5 squares, so I'm going to trim them down a touch. And now they fit like a glove. This is where I note the videos that drop every Tuesday. I also post updates on Instagram on Thursdays, so I'll signify that with these cute little vertical banners. Be sure to follow me over there at LostWithoutAPlan for behind the scenes, weekly life updates, and more. I'm quickly adding some cuteness to Easter Sunday. And I'll use the last washi strip to mark where April begins and ends at a glance. Now for the video schedule. On April 1st, I'll be posting my Q1 reflections. On the 8th, my Q2 goals. I'm going to make that a two-part series. For April 15th, I have my Plum monthly setup. Hey, that's this video. I'll make sure to link the other two below so you can catch up on Q1 chaos and Q2 plans. For April 22nd is to be determined. Drop a comment and let me know if you want to plan with me in my vertical priorities weekly or my A5 daily. April 29th, I should probably set up my May goals in my Moxie life that day. For this highlights page, I'm tracking errands. Priority 1 is getting my email blast out, filled with new updates, new releases, and freebie access, like the quarter at a glance and monthly printables I showed you earlier. You can subscribe over at LostWithoutAPlan.com. I also have a blog post, a stat check, and content planning for May on the docket, but I'll fill in the rest as I go. Now back to my 7x9 highlights. Here, I keep track of my April reads. This month, I'm revisiting The Anxious Generation with our Purpose-Driven Mom book club. I'll also start Sunrise on the Reaping. That's the newest Hunger Games book that dropped recently, and I'm excited to dive in. For important tasks, I have a follow-up appointment where my doctor will review all the specialist visits from last month. Yay, adulting! In my to-do list, I have to add my billing here for sure. Last month I was late, and I do not want to suffer that fate again. And that wraps up my monthly planning session. I'm so glad to have this month down on paper. We have my highlights page, tracking key moving tasks, my monthly page, looking busy at first sight with room to adjust, and my content planner with tasks and posting schedules. Don't forget about my freebie library over at LostWithoutAPlan.com/free, where you can get this monthly overview printable and a ton of other goodies. You can also sign up for my newsletter and peep great discounts and events. Thank you so much for planning with me today. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.